Hello, and thank you for joining us. Do you want to be rich, or how much money do you think is enough for you? That's a profound question, isn't it? We all know how essential money is for our daily lives and our future security. But do we have a clear mindset and the right habits when it comes to how we think about, spend, and invest money? In this 1 hour podcast, we are going to explore 4 amazing books that have the power to fundamentally change the way you handle your finances. This isn't just a book review, it's a journey that will restructure your entire perspective on money. Let's begin our quest for financial enlightenment. Number 1. The Rich Dad Mindset. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. First on our list is the globally renowned Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book truly ignited a financial revolution. The core idea of this book is the contrast between what wealthy parents teach their children about money versus what poor or middle-class parents teach theirs. Kiyosaki had 2 fathers. His biological father, the poor dad, highly educated, working a government job, and his friend's father, the rich dad, a high school dropout who was a successful entrepreneur. Key concept: assets versus liabilities. The fundamental lesson this book imparts is that assets put money into your pocket, while liabilities take money out of your pocket. The middle class often buys large houses on debt and call them an asset. However, Kiyosaki calls them a liability because you constantly pay mortgage, taxes, and maintenance costs on that house. The wealthy, however, buy assets like investments, stocks, and rental properties that generate income. Food for thought. Question whether what you're buying is an asset or a liability. This book strongly asserts that becoming wealthy isn't about how much you earn, but how you invest your money. Number 2. The Psychology of Money. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Next, we look at The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book makes us realize how much more important our behavior is than our math skills when it comes to money. The beauty of this book is that instead of talking about formulas, it illuminates money habits through simple stories and historical events. Key concept: enough and peace of mind. Housel's crucial point is that money is not a hard science, it's more like a soft skill. Financial success is less about how intelligently you invest and more about how you control your emotions and steer clear of greed and fear. A powerful lesson in the book is the concept of having enough. The greed to constantly earn more than what you already have, no matter how much you possess, can drive you to take dangerous decisions. Many wealthy people have lost everything due to sheer greed. The mental state of having enough to sleep peacefully is true success. Number 3. Personal Finance for Indians. Let's Talk Money by Monica Halan. Now let's look at a book highly relevant to our Indian context. Let's Talk Money by Monica Halan. You could call this the essential guide to personal finance for Indians. While the principles in Rich Dad, Poor Dad are universal, we have specific challenges regarding Indian tax laws, insurance schemes, and investment opportunities. This book explains those in a very simple manner. Key concept: money, security, and planning. Monica Halan argues that money should be a safety net, not a scorecard for competition. This book practically explains all the basics an Indian family needs: tax planning, different types of insurance, especially health and term insurance, investing for children's education, and retirement planning. Acting like a thorough financial coach, this book covers how to properly utilize bank accounts, credit cards, SIPs, and how to avoid falling into debt traps. Number 4. Money versus Life Balance. Your Money or Your Life by Vicki. Now finally, a book that offers a very different perspective. Your Money or Your Life by Vicki. This book talks less about money and more about our life. It introduces a radical concept. The time we spend working for money isn't just time, it's our life energy. Key concept: every rupee is an hour. The book asks you to calculate your real hourly wage by taking the amount you earn per hour and subtracting all work-related costs like commuting, work attire, and stress. What remains is your true take-home earning per hour of life spent. For example, let's say you buy a cell phone for ₹1000. If your real hourly wage is rupees 20, you have spent 50 hours of your life's energy for that phone. The book advises, compare every expense to this life energy. Is the 50 hours of my life's labor truly worth this particular expense? The ultimate goal is financial independence, FI. When the income generated by your investments meets your monthly expenses, you no longer need to go to a job you dislike. That's when your life truly becomes your own. Final perspective and conclusion. Friends, these 4 books show us 4 different dimensions of money. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the mindset of the wealthy and the asset-liability distinction. The psychology of money, the importance of behavior and the sense of having enough. Let's Talk Money, practical planning and security for the Indian context. Your money or your life, viewing money as life energy to achieve work-life balance. Friends, our knowledge about money is never complete. It's a continuous journey. When you start reading these 4 books, I have no doubt that your financial journey will move in a new direction. One last question for you. What is the first thing you are going to change in your money habits starting today? Share your thoughts with us. Thank you so much for joining us on this insightful journey. We will meet again in the next podcast. Goodbye.